folks, Pastor Jay here from Know the Truth. Welcome to our show, or as I'm now calling it, my thoughts that I record into this little device thingy where, through magic and technology, Baxter can do this thing called upload that will allow you listeners to hear my beautiful voice. My goal here is to continue to spread the truth while simultaneously letting all of you know where we are in case, God forbid, your attention is turned elsewhere by some new and bright shiny thing. We are coming to you from a stable yet ugly truck which seems to morph into a ball of liquid whenever we hit a patch of fog. The local time is 2:05 a.m. and everything behind you is a simulation. You see, behind you lies nothing. It's just black. No space, no time, just darkness. Emptiness. When you turn around, a computer simulation generates an image which fools you into thinking that reality is, well, reality.
But Pastor Jay, what about when I can see behind me while masturbating to myself in the mirror?
Silence, you fucking fool. A computer simulates that image as well. One computer, one simulation, one mind. Okay. So, after we finally left Nebraska and put that incident with Tom Cruise / L. Ron Hubbard behind us, I decided to stop at a nice little hotel I spotted off the highway. I figured that sleeping either in our truck or our camper was wearing us a little more thin than we wanted. This motel was called the Vape Motel. That's right. Vape. Hell, even the sign was in the shape of a big vape, or whatever you vegan vapors call it. Of course, the sign also had to be the biggest one in town to let everyone know of its presence. The first thing I noticed when I stepped out of the truck was we were surrounded by cornfields. I'm not sure why, but I was hit by a mild case of nostalgia. As I began to walk towards the main office, children slowly began emerging from the cornfield. The nostalgia grew even stronger now. Over to my left, one of the children called out to me.
"Are you Malachi?"
It asked. Before I could answer, Baxter spoke.
He was. A long time ago, though. You children best be getting back into and beyond the cornfield. Pastor J still has ties with he who walks behind the rows, and the last thing any of you want is to deal with that demon. So if you get on, be gone, go now.
I looked at Baxter and suddenly wondered why he became more white trash, but I decided to eventually disregard those thoughts. Quietly, the children disappeared back into the corn. So we kept moving, and we eventually entered the office without any further incident, and I could see how run down this motel was. In fact, it seemed as if it hadn't been touched in well over 30 years. Looks like no one's home, I said to Baxter as we both slowly walked around the main lobby, glass crackling under our feet.
Yeah, looks that way. Say, I got a bad feeling about this place.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Baxter. Shut the fuck up. I whispered. Hear that? You hear that? I watched as Baxter tilted his head towards the staircase.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah, my mom a Christian.
Oh, my gosh. Do you read the same Bible I read?
Yeah, I read your Bible.
Okay, all I want to know is truth.
Me too.
I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about my opinion, because you know what? I could really care less.
It's couldn't care less, Mama.
I don't care if you're my Facebook friend, but Christians are little Christ. Those are people that follow Christ.
Mama, I think there's someone downstairs. Frank, can you go downstairs and see what's going on?
After the noise stopped, Baxter and I looked at each other. I can't hear anything anymore. Can you?
No, nothing, man.
After a few seconds, footsteps started slowly coming down the stairs. Out of the darkness, a figure emerged. A small figure. A child.
How may I assist you on this lovely evening?
He asked. Yeah, my colleague and I were looking to rent a room tonight. Do you have anything available, perchance? Outside, it began to rain. Thunder boomed in the distance.
Yes, I see. As it turns out, we have multiple vacancies. Is there a room you prefer, perhaps the honeymoon suite?
He asked as he walked behind the counter. Due to the fact that it was already dark out, I didn't really care. No, whatever's cheapest. I chuckled nervously. Ignoring my awkwardness, he ran his fingers through the binder he was holding out in front of him.
Yes, I shall put you both in room 3A. It's a single bedroom. I hope that accommodates you both quite nicely.
Do you have anything with 2 beds? I asked.
Nope, we're all booked up.
He stared at me, straight-faced. But you just said that you had multiple...
We are all booked up. Okay, man, we'll take it.
I looked over at Baxter, and I could tell by the look on his face that he wasn't fucking around. I turned back to interact with the child, only to find myself staring at a single ear of corn. Except, it wasn't actually an ear of corn. Instead, it was the child wearing... He was wearing an ear of corn costume. My God. He changed quickly, I thought. Or maybe he was in the costume the whole time?
Well, that settles it. Let's get some rest, Pastor J.
Baxter and I walked out of the office and settled into our room for the night. Thankfully, our rest went uninterrupted. Maybe it had something to do with my past. Maybe it had something to do with Baxter. Whatever it was, I felt protected. I knew nothing would touch us that night. I had a dream I was walking with he who walks behind the rose. I didn't know him in real life, but he was my best friend in my dreams. In this particular dream, we walked on a road on a hill. At the base of this long hill were bodies. This was pleasing to me. You see, he who walks behind the rose is a demon of many faces. In this dream, and in this form, he who walks behind the rose was the Grim Reaper. As we continued to walk, and as I continued to wonder why I was in his safe zone, he looked at me, and this is what he said.
Whenever you lose touch with reality, and when everything starts to seem like you're in a dream, eye contact with another human being will snap you out of that. Avoid eye contact at all costs. 5578.
We woke up early the next morning and we hit the road. For the first time in a while since we left the vape motel, the drive has been rather pleasant. In case this happens to be our last transmission, we're coming up on Des Moines, Iowa. If you don't hear from us again, it's because the band Slipknot has kidnapped us and turned our skins into a new drum for their percussionist. As always, in a world of magic and make pretend, anything is possible. Good night, folks. Sleep easy. microphone. I'm gonna talk into this microphone while my gum sticks on everything on my fucking desk.